Thanks for joining us here on Joy News Prime. Coming up this hour, NDC top hierarchy, including flag bearer John Dramani Mahama, marshal supporters across the country to descend on EC officers across the country in a nationwide demonstration demanding immediate forensic audit of the voter register.
See, you wear your T-shirt and you go and demonstrate to the EC office so that we can put pressure on them to do their job and do what they have to do.
Organized labor, dozens of civil society organizations as well as a media coalition against galamsey braced itself for massive showdown against government as it demands total ban on illegal mining in the country.
A lot of the CSOs themselves are also coming. We currently are in a crisis, and the crisis response we need to get, we are not getting it.
Plus, Christian Council demands government names and prosecute political exposed persons involved in galamsey. Now, also coming up in this bulletin, we'll tell you the story of how people are committing suicide in this country. All these coming up. From the election headquarters, where this is brought to you by the Petrosol Platinum Energy, Energizing Dreams, the Chartered Institute of Management Accountants, and the American Institute of Certified Public Accountant, together as the Association of International Certified Professional Accountant. Also by the German Ozone Medical Center, Alternative Therapy, Dental, Wellness and Beauty, and by the Chopbox Technologies, a convenient service, and Youth Bridge Foundation, bridging the gap for positive youth development. And we start off from the Walewale constituency, because hours to a crucial decision by the National Executive Council of the governing New Patriotic Party concerning the Walewale parliamentary primary. The incumbent member of parliament, Hajia Lariba Zowera Abudu, has pulled out of the race, paving way for Dr. Kabiru Mahama to be the parliamentary candidate of the party in the constituency. On two occasions, the MPP primaries organized to elect the candidate who will represent the governing party in Vice President Dr. Bawumia's home constituency turned chaotic, with incumbent MP and a contender, Dr. Kabiru Mahama, clashing over who the legitimate winner is. However, given the escalation of the issues, the National Executive Committee of the MPP was asked to step in to resolve the issues before the Electoral Commission closes nominations. But just before that could be done, the MP decided to save the party.
Thank you so much, Watara. I'm very grateful for having you this evening. I think you know what is happening in Walewale constituency following the inconclusive of yesterday's promise or rerun. Now the EC was not able to declare a winner. So based on that, I've decided that I want to step down and will not go contest the seat again. I'm doing this for the sake of the greater New Patriotic Party and Walewale constituency. I'm doing this for the sake of unity, peace, love for the constituency. And I also want to urge the President and Vice President that I'm doing this for their sake. So I want to thank each and every one of you for always standing by me and always supporting me. I'm very happy, and I want to encourage each and everyone to take peace as a stepping stone and let us all come together, fight and win this seat for Ghana. I'm very happy. Thank you so much.
Well, the MP herself, Hajia Lariba Zowera Abudu, has been explaining the intent behind her decision to pull out of the race in an interview with Evans Mensah and MFR Pao on Newsnight a while ago. Listen.
Release a statement. And what changed? What caused you to take the decision?
As the statement, as I heard Sarah reading the statement, just for the sake of the party and unity of the constituency, we need to embrace peace. 7 months down the lane, we have been traumatized within the constituency, so it's better at least we give peace a chance. So that's why I decided to issue the statement.
Were you forced to issue the statement?
They should have, if actually I was being, I should have been forced a long time. No, nobody forced me. And you realize what happened yesterday. It was inconclusive. They didn't declare. They didn't even count. But how long can we continue to be doing this within the party and the constituency? They need somebody to represent them. And I have had the opportunity to represent them. And if somebody is coming or I'm going again and there are issues, at least I'm very mature. I should know where and when and why I'm doing this. So I've decided that I wouldn't go again.
Maybe doing this in the interest of peace, like you say, but are you happy to actually take this decision?
Why not? If I'm not happy, I wouldn't have released the statement. I'm happy. I've thought, I've reflected, I thought over it, and that's why I came out with the statement.
The elections happened yesterday. Yesterday, you were hoping to have won this. 48 hours on, less than that, in fact, 28 hours on, you are happy to just let go. It's hard to believe that this is something that you have taken without party's influence and trying to cajole you into taking the decision.
I don't think so. Nobody can influence me, and nobody can force me to do this. We have gone to court. I took the 27th January. We went to court, and they granted us rerun, and the same incident again happened. So why should I hold my party ransom because somebody felt that he should be a candidate? So I just decided that no, I will let it go and let peace prevail. So nobody has influenced me.
Have you spoken to the vice president?
No.
He's not called you since yesterday?
He hasn't called me.
Have you called him?
I haven't spoken because maybe I don't want to talk to him. I sent the letter to the general secretary. He is our general secretary for the party, so he's the one I sent the letter to. The vice president never called me. He should have stopped me long, but normally that's the problem. You always want to put vice president. And I'm also a party person, so it's not good always say vice president. No.
Hearing you, it sounds like it's not a good relationship between yourself and the vice president.
Really? I don't think so, Sarah. Don't say that.
You think
stepping down means you don't have a good relation with somebody?
You think you should have done more when you had these issues in the constituency?
The vice president?
Yes.
Why? What do you think he should have done?
Don't
tell me. It was a free run for everybody. He didn't force anybody to come out and contest. So why should he force somebody?
Considering that you are the sister, as we are told, and then his advisor is contesting
I'm happy that you are saying that as you are told.
Are you?
Okay.
Are you not?
I don't know. You are telling me, Sarah.
You are not related to the vice president in any way?
I don't know. You are the one saying it.
At least you can clarify that. You have the opportunity to do so.
Why not? Within Walewale, everybody is a sister or a brother. It doesn't matter.
So it's not a biological relationship.
Is my cousin. Do you know that?
You're telling me?
Yes. So that is it. So everybody is related one way or the other. So it's just...
Meanwhile, there has been a dramatic shift in MPP's position on how it deals with its members who decide to run as an independent parliamentary candidate. The MPP's constitution stipulates that its members that run as independent candidates in any election that the party has candidates will be deemed to have forfeited their membership of the party. In 2020, the MPP expelled its MP for Femina, Andrews Amwakwesiama, for deciding to run as an independent MP, leading to his seat being declared vacant in Parliament, but with two sitting MPs deciding to go independent and one MP for Agona West, Cynthia Morrison, filing her candidature. The party is taking a softer position, perhaps because of its slim majority in the House. Listen to General Secretary of the party, Justin Kodia Frimpong, saying the party will continue to engage these members to change their minds. He was speaking at a press conference at the party headquarters.
Yes, so on the issue about some of our members filing to contest as independent, as a party led by our national chairman, Mr. Stephen Ayesu in team, when we took over the reins as national officers, we made it a point that we will ensure that there is free, fair election in our parliamentary primaries. And the media can attest to it that we organized one of the best parliamentary primaries the party has ever had. And the results were very clear, that the people decided on who they want to become our parliamentary candidate in the various respective constituencies. So so anyone who goes to elections definitely always have that idea that it's either the person will win or the person may also lose. So as a party and a true patriot, we expect that everyone who went to elections and couldn't win will support the one who won. But in case of all those who have gone as independent, the party will continue to engage them to the latter, where we realize that maybe there's nothing more that we can do. But we still have hope that all is not lost, and we shall continue to engage our members who have gone independent.
Away from that, the hierarchy of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, is mobilizing supporters to march to all EC offices across the country. The NDC yesterday, after filing nominations for the party's presidential candidate at the EC's headquarters, declared a mass demonstration against the Electoral Commission come Tuesday, September 17. The protest, according to the party, is aimed at piling pressure on the EC to heed to their call for an independent forensic audit of the current provisional voters register. The NDC says the voter roll is rife with irregularities, including illegal transfer of votes. First, listen to NDC National Chairman Johnson Asedu Nketia in his address after the NDC's filing on Monday.
If you don't have anything to hide, why are you running away? And you have been asking us. We have issues about missing BVRs and all that, which I cannot, enumerate here. And you, the media people, were with some of our people who intercepted and retrieved one of the stolen BVDs. So far, we don't have any response. We don't have any feedback as to how the progress is being made on the case involving those who allegedly have been arrested here at your commission and so on. This all generates some amount of,
cloud
suspicion and all that. And so, those of you who have been asking us, if they don't comply, what would you do? This is your answer. On the 17th of this month, the NDC is embarking on a massive nationwide demonstration in all 16 regional capitals. Descend on the Electoral Commission offices, and we in Accra will descend to the headquarters and present further petitions as to why we think that they should conduct themselves in a manner that will guarantee peaceful, free, and fair elections.
The latest to champion the call is flag bearer of the NDC, John Dramani Mahama, who is marshalling party supporters to join the protest scheduled for next Tuesday.
NDC is going to demonstrate in every town that has an EC office. Our chairman has announced it. NDC, you wear your T-shirt and you go and demonstrate to the EC office so that we can put pressure on them to do their job and do what they have to do in order to ensure peaceful and transparent elections.
Now, still on election headquarters, former Minority Chief Whip and MP for Asawase constituency, Muntaka Mubarak, has submitted his nomination forms to contest a 6th term in the 2024 parliamentary election. Addressing the media after filing his nomination, Muntaka expressed optimism in retaining his seat while urging adherence to peace and unity amid potential election fracas. He says he is bent on securing the seat for the NDC with victory for its presidential candidate John Mahama. Nanabuachi Yadom has more in the following report.
Flanked by party supporters, the former Minority Chief Whip and Member of Parliament for the Asawase constituency, Muntaka Mubarak, filed his nomination to contest the seat for the 6th time. Addressing the press, the former minority chief whip shared his optimism in retaining his seat.
One of the things that I've always told my people is that they can trust me to give them excellent leadership. Anything that concerns them concerns me. The challenges of our community is known to all of us. By the grace of God, anybody who knew this community 20 years ago knows that a lot of changes have happened. But it is our hope that the rest of the challenges will surely be resolved. I mean, one of the main challenges that confront our country today is youth unemployment, the challenges of what we call infrastructure. If you come to Kumasi, we used to be last in everything. Today, you can't say same. I mean, our road network, almost 85% of it is done. Since MPP came, they decided to deliberately even abandon the roads and not even maintain them. 90% of our street lights were working. Today, less than 5% is working. Even the areas that were left, where we started like Sipe for 8 years, they have watched and see the drains collapse simply because they just don't care about the people. I don't think the people of Aswansi will ever reward MPP with this abysmal performance.
Muntaka Muhammad encouraged his supporters to rally behind him for victory in the December 7 polls.
We've seen what happened during President Kufuor when they said that this was a golden seat and they would take everything humanly possible to take it. They couldn't. They pumped all the money they had. They couldn't. You were here in 2020 when they told the world that Aswansi is gone. It didn't go. My reliance is always with Allah. I continue to trust that God is my guardian, and the people will never forsake me. I know that they will try to maintain me.
He added that the NDC hopes to secure victory for its flag bearer, John Mahama.
This election, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, is a must-win for us. It is for us to work and make sure that what we aspire happens. And the best way to do that, because the wind shows, the wind of change is blowing. It is for us to protect the ballot, to police the ballot, to police the polling station, police the collation center, ensure that we don't leave any stone unturned. And we should continue to work very hard. Let's not rest on our house. We keep working very hard until His Excellency John Dramani Mahama is declared the winner of presidential election on December 8th, and Muntaka Mubarak declared winner of the seat as Aswansi by the grace of God, inshallah.
For Joy News, Nana Boachi Dankwe Yadom, Kumasi.
Well, the new Patriotic Party parliamentary candidate for the 2024 general elections, Hajia Homo Aodu, has filed a nomination to have a second attempt at a WAP Central parliamentary seat. Now taking a job at the WAP Central NDC Member of Parliament, Dr. Rashid Pelpo, she stated that his over 2 decades as a legislature is enough and urged the people to vote her to bring hope and jobs to the teeming youth in the constituency. Hajia Homo Aodu made a statement shortly after she filed her nomination to contest for the WAP Central parliamentary seat. Joy News' Upper West Regional correspondent Rafiq Salam report from WA.
Constituency, polling station executives and supporters of the MPP accompanied Hajia Homo Aodu, who is making a second attempt at the WAP Central parliamentary seat, flanked by Chairman Hamid Osman and Secretary Abbas Mumuni, and accompanied by some elders of the party. The Limaire Vobli starlet presented her nomination forms to the WAP Central Constituency Electoral Commission's returning officer, Dr. Joseph Wulifan, in the company of a couple of electoral officers. They perused through the nomination forms diligently to ensure that the aspirant followed all the guidelines provided by the EC on filing of the nomination. Hajia Homo Aodu, in an interaction with the media, disclosed that she was throwing the hat into the ring for a second time because of what she termed as unfinished business.
I started something which was unfinished. I am back to finish it, inshallah. We have a lot of youth who are lacking opportunity. I am here to help them, to lead them, to get them jobs to do. I'm here today to bring hope to this constituency.
Hajia Homo Aodu then take a jab at all four and perennial NDC WAP Central parliamentary candidate Dr. Rashid Hassan Pelpo, who is expected to file his nomination today.
20 getting to 24 years, he's done enough. We all grew by hearing Honorable Rashid Pelpo. Till today, We are pleading with him to give the youth the chance to lead so that we can also put down a difference. You know, one wonderful thing is that he got this position when he was 40, and I'm in when I'm also 40. And I know that by Allah's grace, he will hand over to me at the age that he started.
Reporting for Joy News, Rafiq Salam. Wow.
Now, former chairperson of the Electoral Commission, Dr. Afari Gyan, has asked political parties participating in the December 7 election to exercise caution when dealing with pink sheets during and after the polls. These pink sheets are the EC's official document used to collate results of elections at polling stations. Speaking at the annual conference of the Ghana Bar Association, Dr. Afari Gyan reminded political parties on the importance of understanding and using the vital pink sheet as the only source document for the reconstruction of election results. Nana Boachi Yadom has more in the following report.
Dr. Afari Gyan spoke on the subject, peaceful, fair and transparent elections, the key to sustainable democracy, at the annual conference of the Ghana Bar Association in Kumasi. The former chairperson of the Electoral Commission admonished political parties to uphold the country's democratic credentials in conduct of the December 7 general election. He emphasized the need to prevent confusion in the declaration of the presidential and parliamentary results by making good use of the EC's pink sheets at the various polling stations.
The pink sheets are the most important, the only source documents for reconstructing election results. Please take it from me. See, that's what we mean when we say elections are won or lost at the polling station. That's what it means. As we say in Ghana, please think twice before you go to court.
But you must be wondering why the sheets containing a summary of election results are called pink sheets. This is the explanation given by Dr. Afari Gyan.
Pink sheets. Pink sheets. Thanks to Obechebilamte. Pink sheets. You know, Obechebilamte is the one who gave the name pink sheets. You don't? Oh, you see, the practice in the Electoral Commission was to print them in different color for different elections. All right? So this year we printed them in green. Maybe you were able to put some of them in your pocket for use next time. So next time we print them in red. So that year we printed them in pink. All right? So when he went to court, he called them pink sheets. And now they've become, it's fine, it's all right, it's nice. Pink is a very nice color.
For Joy News, Nana Boachi Yadom, Kumasi.
This is still Joy News Prime. We'll take a break here. We'll be back with more. Please do stay. Welcome back from the break. Now, 1 month after being recognized for his impact in rural livelihood empowerment, a 2024 Joy News Impact awardee, Dr. Kwame Sakwa Edu, has bought bicycles with his cash prize and for 10 school children in Donkokrom in the Eastern region. He has also trained over 100 more locals in honey making to support their livelihood. Joy News Caleb Mensa was with the honeyman during the presentation and training session and sent in this report.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Joy News Impact Maker, Livelihood Empowerment, Dr. Kwame Sakwa Edu, aka the Honeyman. The Honeyman. Ladies and gentlemen, the Honeyman.
We are here in Donkokrom, the district capital for Kwewu Afram Plains District. Bees for Development Ghana has been working in communities in this area for the past years, supporting them to keep bees to improve their lives. Before, they will hunt for honey in the Dija National Park. They got arrested, they got jailed, So we've been supporting them to keep bees outside and making good livelihoods without these problems. We have come this week to support them further. We've selected 6 basic schools. We will establish bus clubs, and to start we will train 2 teachers from each of the schools and train them to handle these children, to further encourage the children to learn about bees and also to keep the environment intact.
I personally believe that this particular training is important and it's going to go a long way to help me and then the children back at school who will join the bus club. And I know after everything I'll be well equipped to establish my own hive, and this hive will not only help the environment and then biodiversity, but it's also going to generate a lot of income.
As part of the Joy News Impact Makers Award, and we are here this week to further the recognition given to us and to donate 10 bicycles. From the award money, we have secured 10 bicycles to donate to children who walk long distances to school. Some walk as much as 6 kilometers to go to school. And this time round, we are impacting the communities by donating these bicycles to their children. Bees for Development Ghana is so grateful to Joy News Impact Makers Award for telling our story to the world. We are now very accepted by the community members. They are producing honey, and we have sorted out the marketing issues by establishing the Honey and Beeswax Trade Center in Donkokrom.
Well, organized labor, dozens of civil society organizations, as well as the media coalition against galamsey are gearing up for a massive showdown tomorrow to compel the president to deal decisively with illegal mining menace. Already, the University Teachers Association of Ghana, UTAG, is threatening a nationwide strike by the end of the month if the demand is not met. Their chorus joins that of the Ghana Medical Association, the Nurses and Midwifery Association, the Ghana Bar Association, and others to push for decisive action from government. Last week, Lands and Natural Resources Minister Samuel Abojinapo served notice of a major crackdown on galamsey hotspot following disruption in water supply in Ashanti and Central regions. Watch this.
We are going to have the review today, and I'm 1,000% certain, and I can give you the firm assurance that we're going to ramp up our enforcement measures. So all these places you are talking about, we're going to have a cleanup there. We're going to have a complete soup. We're going to send law enforcement agencies to take a soup of that whole stretch. And not just there, so many other places, particularly the central region. We're going to do that. You can be rest assured of that, and you can monitor that. As I say, Operation Halt has never been a continuous operation. It's always been a surgical one. And whenever we find that there's a particular place where there's a rise in illegal mining or there's a rise in activities and PDT and the rest, we move them in. We're going to conduct the review today, and within the next 24 hours, we're going to find the resources and move them.
But this announcement has not been reassuring enough. Condemnation of the menace has been growing. The Asanteni Otunfo said to The Second, says illegal mining is a major environmental threat and questioning the legal system's response to individuals who pollute water bodies. He was speaking at a dinner last night with members of the GBA at the Mensah Palace.
Galamsey is an environmental enemy for the nation. What could be more serious for any people than to have their entire water supply system at risk? So, I think as lawyers, you should find space during this conference to set up a panel to undertake a quick tour of the communities where this scourge is most prevalent, to see the extent of the crisis we face and hopefully deliberate on how the law should respond. As I see it, if an individual poisons the water supply of a community, you'll be liable for severe consequences under the law. What does the law do when one pours mercury into the same water supply, knowing fully well it can kill? Jean. This issue now requires the collective effort of all sections of society. Jean. To do nothing is no longer an option. The Bar Association, the Medical Association, and the universities, in particular my university, should get together and carve a new path to deal with this emergency. Yesterday, whilst I was driving from Cape Coast, in fact, going to Cape Coast, I stopped over at the River Pra. And it was, I'm afraid I have to tell you that what I saw, the river, it was so embarrassing. And then if as a nation we live for this to happen to us, I don't know. We have to fight this. No matter what, we have to do that.
Well, convener of the Media Coalition Against Illegal Mining, Dr. Ken Ashibe, is also demanding a state of emergency declared around river bodies ahead of a major meeting tomorrow.
Gotten to the point where we can't have our critical stakeholders behind us anymore. So we are calling on, so we've engaged the forum of the labor union, TUC, and the Ghana Labour Federation. All of them, we've engaged them because we want them to be by our side. We've engaged the clergy, we've engaged the office of the chief imam, we've dealt with a lot of the CSOs themselves are also coming. We currently are in a crisis, and the crisis response we need to get, we're not getting it. We've had several people call on this issue of the declaration of a state of emergency to be able to deal with a situation where in August you have turbidity at the Heman water treatment plant being at 14,000 NTUs. When you should be talking about 5 NTUs, that should be treated down to 1 NTU. GWCL, their plant there is supposed to be treating 500 NTUs. They've pushed the tolerance level up to 2,000, but currently you're at 14,000. And this is crisis, and you don't get that agency coming from anybody. Neither from the president, neither from the leading opposition party, neither from the MPP's presidential candidate, even the Speaker of Parliament. When he spoke, they came into Parliament. Instead of them seeing that there was a crisis at hand and what do we all do, all he did was, mention names and lament like the way you and I are lamenting. So now we believe that things ought to be done differently. So definitely our posture now for Wednesday's meeting is to be able to bring all of these civil society, other organized groups together and call on the president, who is the commander-in-chief of Ghana's military, who has the power based on the constitution to declare a state of emergency, and we are being very specific over the water bodies and over the buffers to the water bodies.
Well, galamsey definitely has impact on farming, and peasant farmers are warning of imminent food crisis as illegal miners are forcing its members to sell their farmlands. Bismarck Note is president of the Peasant Farmers Association of Ghana.
Observed the kind of destruction that has been going on with the galamsey that are happening all over the country. And whilst we are complaining about the environment and also complaining about the availability of water, I think one major area that we seem to lose sight of is the effect of these activities on our food production. Now, when you go around the various communities where the galamsey is embedded, you find out that a lot of the lands that have been destroyed are actually farmlands. And I think that over the years, there's been a lot of concentration of farmlands that are for cocoa. But we are losing sight of the fact that food crops are also being hugely affected by galamsey. We've had a lot of reports from our members across some of these communities where the galamseyers either try to buy the lands from these farmers or they use some brute force or tactics to take over the land from them.
But General Secretary of Christian Council, Reverend Cyril Fayose, is demanding government names and prosecute politically exposed persons involved in galamsey as part of the ways to make the practice unattractive.
Well, a number of things. One is the involvement of the ordinary person. One is the involvement, and when I say the ordinary person, their livelihoods are involved. So a lot of people really are beginning to depend to live on this illegal mining. There are also a lot of big people, politically exposed people, that are also behind some of these things. And unless they are prosecuted, they are named and shamed, I don't think we are going to make any headway. And the last one is that I think there should be a total ban, at least, if not a total ban, a moratorium for some time, so that we sit back and think about how to proceed. There are two ways to proceed. One is a total ban on small-scale mining, so that no one is allowed small-scale mining. Just as we don't allow anyone to mine in water bodies.
This is still the Joy News Prime. We'll take a break here. I'll bring you Showbiz right after. Stay with us. Let's do Showbiz, and Becky Bex is here with all the gist. Hi, Becky, how are you?
Fine, thank you, Brace. Let's get straight to the stories. On Friday, September 13, 2024, Alliance Francaise in Accra will come alive when Ghanaian musician Lamisi takes the stage for her show dubbed Concert for Change. According to her, the event is to launch her non-profit organization dedicated to supporting girl-child hygiene development. Lamisi spoke to my colleague Kwame Datsi.
Trying to change like a situation, some small situation up in the north, starting from my village, that is menstrual hygiene. There's a challenge with menstrual hygiene and young girls being able to afford sanitary pads. So I run a small NGO, and I manage it from Accra, but most of the outreaches are up there. So I used to do activities at my own, free time, like me hotomia, and at the time I'm a penno. But I realized that it shouldn't be like that. Once I say I want to do it, I should know the timelines and everything. And also I realized that I have not really gone out loud on that aspect of my brand. So we thought that we need to create more awareness on that. And also I have new music and I have been performing outside most of the time. So we thought that it would be nice to have a concert to officially unveil and launch the foundation.
We see right there, and we support fully this concert, which is coming off this Friday on the 13th of September at the Alliance Francaise. I know that you will, attend, right, Brace?
I'm having a memorial for my mother.
Oh.
So I'll be off.
Okay, that's fine. I'll bring you the details on Monday. But Kofi Kenyatta has been training. Kofi Kenyatta has been in a celebratory mood after getting a mention by the Asante Hene Otumfuo Seitu II at a banquet held for members of the Ghana Bar Association in Kumasi. The king, who was delivering a speech during the banquet, used the musician's Susuka song to emphasize how enviable the country's stable democracy and role of the judiciary is on the continent.
Earnest plea to the people of Ghana, especially our political leaders, journalists, social commentators, and civil society advocates, is to think deeply before denigrating the system. We have a judiciary that may not be perfect, but it deserves credit for the positive efforts. I can think of many countries which look at Ghana and concede, sometimes listen to the wisdom of our musicians and reflect on a piece like Kofi Kenyatta's Obi Nyawaye, or listen to what my minstrels or listen to what my minstrels stand by me are
Kofi
saying.
Kenyatta has actually reacted to this. Let's take his reaction. Kofi Kenyatta there, that's his reaction to...
Oh man, I love this reaction, huh?
That mention, that big mention, that, yeah, I know. I mean...
Otumbo mentioned your name before. Yes, and
Kokoti. But, I mean, before we go, American actor James L. Jones, best known, if you've seen the Coming to America, that's the king of Zamunda going to sleep. And we appreciate his time on Earth. And we appreciate also your time here on Joy News. Please join us same time tomorrow. We'll do this all over again. Also log on to myjoyonline.com. This is where you find all the news. Prime Business is up next.